Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul back with the finale of Grandia 2. So, 1 year later, we go through the epilogue. So apparently now the granite cliffs are filled with water and it's a trade route. Alright. Which country? So there's no voices on this epilogue. But this is basically so we can see what has happened to everyone since the end of the game. Okay, so apparently we're playing as Roan. Well, they rebuilt the castle, the whole town and everything, so that's good. If you want to talk to everyone, you can. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go straight for the cutscenes to move along because, as I said, you do not get the trophy for beating the entire game until credits roll. Thus, you don't get the plat until credits roll. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, give me my fucking platinum. I'm basically done. Anyway, head towards the entrance/exit, and that's a new outfit, Tio. So what are you dressed as? Okay. You coming with Tio? Oh, Tio's a nurse. Interesting. Okay, so she decided to become a nurse now. Well, I guess since Tio has responsibilities as a nurse, she's not going to travel with Roan, so, you know. Take what? Take your hand? Oh, Tio's pen. Are you proposing to me? You can't be queen that easy. Oh, okay. Well, Tio took time out of her busy schedule to at least see Roan off. Okay, that was nice of her. So yeah, this epilogue was just slightly longer than I could have posted in the last video, so decided to make the epilogue part its own video clip, or its own video for YouTube. So this is the finale. There's nothing to fight. It's all story. So if you guys want to ignore this part, you can. But this is the video where we get the trophy for beating the game on hard mode through the entire game, and we get the plat. So this is the end. The Luke City. Oh, this is where we fought the tongue. Okay, so I'm assuming we need to go to the Skyway. So that's where I'm going immediately. But there is some story that I need to trigger before we can actually do this. So I was partially right. Cannot get on the Skyway just yet until we trigger this scene. So now I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Because my strategy guide, the strategy guide that I was using is done. It stopped at the final battle. It is not telling you anything about this epilogue. So, well, let's see if we need to talk to the boss. Hey, he's back. Still eating. So you've got your soul back? Really? So I guess this means the people who lost their souls got their souls back? How did that happen? If they explain it, I don't know. Ah, paella. Yeah, we can meet some of the characters that we had spoken to along the epilogue. Again, if you want to talk to them, go ahead. I don't care. So at this point, really, I edited it out. I ran around this town trying to figure out what I got to do. And this time I finally figured it out. Go to the church. Who would have thought Millennia would be at the church playing with kids? Well, probably not playing with kids, but... Oh, that's a new outfit. Yeah, pretty much. Wait, teacher? Wait, teacher? Millennia is a teacher? Okay. Yeah, he is king. Yeah, the last thing I thought she would do is become a teacher. I won't say anything about her outfit. Kid after my own heart, trying to sneak a sneaky feel. But yeah, I would say something about her outfit as a teacher, but I had an English teacher who dressed similar. Hey, Sky. So, yeah, you're here with Millennia. Where's Ryudo? True. I wouldn't either. It's a bid. It's a bid. Again, most of you are not going to get that reference. But for those that do, you're an exclusive club. Yeah, since you got Sky. So he's got one thing left to do, and then he's just gone. Well, yeah, he pumped and dumped. So we know nothing about him. Well, she's got Sky and the kids. He's what? Are you sure about that? There's someone that he shouldn't have run off with that he did kiss. That he really shouldn't have. Alright, so once we talk to Millennia, the game is going to move us to the sky rail so that we can actually move on. It took me far longer than I care to admit to figure out what I needed to do to trigger this scene to move on, because I'm sitting here like, this is all I need for the platinum. Well, they got this fixed real quick. Hopefully we don't get no strong winds. We're at Mareg's people's land. Okay. Roan, how do you know about this? You weren't here. That must be well, I was going to say that's where Mareg is buried, but he wasn't buried. He was left on the moon, so this must be what they did to honor him. Alright. Yeah, the world was pretty tore up at the end, but yeah, it's recovered pretty quickly. We're going to leave Teal's pendant on his grave. Just say she's a nurse. Hey, it's those squirrel things. Well, I don't have any nuts. What's that? So what is that? Ryudo's pendant. Is he around here? Is he doing the Nut Hut game? Alright, so back on the sky rail. Where are we going now? Oh, there's the Chihuahua. Still barking, not biting. You would think the way they just keep swinging and he's walking up to them and walking around them that he would get something cut off. Like right there, he should have lost a leg. Why would he come back? You guys cast him out for no reason. You blamed him for something that wasn't his fault. Mirror Mirror Village. Okay, this is the town with the little girl. Okay. I'm willing to bet we gotta go to the little girl's house. Right over here. Yep, I guessed right. What was that? Hey, she's up. Well, I figured since the guy who was possessed by the tongue was okay, she was okay too. I don't know. The way the house rocked, I think you messed something up. Yeah, clean up after yourself. Yes, do your best cleaning up too. Might as well get used to it, Mom. They're going to get married soon. Yes, he was. Ah, she recognizes me. Well, she's not cleaning up. Yeah, Rome really didn't do anything. Wait, garden? Uh-oh. Singing girl? Do you mean stupid bitch? Oh, that was her name, Elena. She's stupid bitch still. A traveling show. So again, she gets no punishment for almost causing the end of the world. She gets rewarded. So yeah, come to this tent here. Well, at least it's not going to end up with mini Roans and Elena's coming out. So he pumped and dumped you too, huh? You're touring, huh? Uh-huh. You're touring, huh? You gotta do his laundry? You decided to get him since you couldn't have Ryudo? Friends are like fish. After 3 days, they stink. Is she a minstrel or a bard? Yeah, no thanks to you. Well, everybody that I've seen, still haven't seen Ryudo. Yeah, he is avoiding you like the plague, isn't he? Yeah, they spent all this time trying to do a love triangle between Elena, Millennia, and Ryudo, and he chose neither of you. Quite frankly, I probably wouldn't have picked either one either. Faith. In the bond that y'all had in the bedroom, huh? Well, Roan's being tortured, having his head pressed up against her chest. So really, you barely had any growth. So do you still have someone telling you what to believe? Well, not in the next game, because as far as I'm aware, I've not played Grandia 3 at all. But I think Grandia 3 is a different world as well. And that is one complaint I do have with the Grandia collection. It's supposed to be a collection, but it's only the first 2 games. Where's Grandia 3? I understand that it's not considered as good, but where's Grandia Extreme? There are Grandia games that were not released in America. Where were those? It's only a collection of the first 2 games. You could have... It's the same complaint I have with the Suikoden collection. It's only the first 2 games, where Suikoden 3, 4, and 5. And we're not even going to get into my complaints with Sony's new policy for Platinums that's plaguing that game now. I'll get into that whenever I do play the Suikoden games. Yes, I have the collection. I haven't touched it yet because I started this. And whenever I got up and turned on the PlayStation getting ready to finish this game, we got an update from Rebellion on Sniper Elite Resistance. I have not gotten the platinum yet for that game, but it's coming because they finally fixed the ghost kills. What town is this? Oh, this is that beginning town that we first came to. I remember that fountain. They didn't fix that statue that she broke. Okay, so... Okay, I remember the priest. But who's the blue-haired girl? I don't know her. Don't you dare try and tell me that that's his daughter, because we established it was the red-headed girls. So no, that's not his daughter. Don't even try and lie to me there. No, this looks a little CGI-ish. I mean, Dreamcast wasn't the strongest system ever, but... really good. Ah, there's Ryudo. What's so special about this tree? Okay, after a year, it took you a year to decide that? Oh, he buried the Grandia Saber under the tree. Alright. Probably just deep enough that some little kid could dig around the tree, find him a sword, and be like, oh, I got a cool sword! But that is the end of Grandia 2. This is the first time I've ever completed this game. These 2 walkthroughs that we just did for Grandia 1 and Grandia 2 are the first times that I completed either game. So, as far as with this game, I'd say any kind of technical complaint I have is how it kind of stutter steps at points, like it's a disc skipping or something. It's like, what the fuck? Especially this is a download. This is digital. Grandia 1, there were some little sprite glitches. Right here, we get the trophy for beating the game on hard. It's called Professional Lepidopterist. Again, I know I butchered that. I've never heard that word. And as soon as you get that trophy, you get the platinum, which is called An On to a Better World. So both Grandia games are complete. So, as I said, I had both games, never completed either one. I got further into Grandia 1 than I did in Grandia 2. Whenever I played it back in the day, had Grandia 1 on the place. Actually, I didn't play Grandia 1 until the PlayStation 3. Because I had, you could buy some PlayStation 1 games, no trophies at that time. And I had bought used a PS1 version of Grandia 1 after that. So I had Grandia 1. Got maybe a third of the way through the game or so. Grandia 2, I rebought a Dreamcast, a used Dreamcast, and bought Grandia 2. And because I was looking at Grandia 2, and I kept reading the Dreamcast version is considered the best version of the game. So I decided to get that version, played it. I was liking it. I definitely was seeing that it was a different story. It was more mature than Grandia 1. But again, it was just a case of I would get to a certain point, I would switch my attention to something else, and then whenever I wanted to get back to the game, I'm like, well, fuck, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I gotta start over. And I would get to a certain point, something else would get my attention, and that kept going. One thing I have noticed with these games, with the advent of trophies, is it helps focus me. Because now I have something to work on. I honestly probably would have never played Grandia 2 on hard mode if it weren't for there was a trophy to do that. But as far as gameplay wise, both games are great. Story wise, it really does seem like this writer wasn't quite confident enough to naturally get to some of the scenes that they wanted. So some things really do seem forced. And this is coming from, again, someone who is a writer in my downtime. I would absolutely be embarrassed if I had let the story go the way these two games did at points near the end. Because especially it never came off. So again, like with Grandia 1, I don't know if it was just a bad writer or if it was a bad translation, because Grandia 1 came out at a time when the translations of games were still horrible. Grandia 2, translation was a little better, but it was a little more Americanized than I would like. And that's one thing that drives me nuts with some of these games, is how they try and co-opt the language, like they're trying to do now. They're trying to co-opt the language and put modern language that these kids are using, and it's just like, in about 10 years, you're going to play this game and you're just going to be like, oh my god, I'm cringing at this horrible language. So definitely with the translation at parts, the games definitely are dated. But as far as the gameplay, if you ignore the issues with the story that I have, the gameplay loop is fine. The battles were fun. I did feel that Grandia 1 was way too frickin' easy, because after we got Fina permanently in the party, it was just like we bowled over everything. We did not have a single threat to us. Grandia 2, especially since we didn't have to do the grinding to level up skills and magic, that made things easier so I could do whatever I wanted. Oh yeah, my guest was Tio. Cool. Paul Elding was Sky. Yeah, especially if you played Metal Gear Solid, you know some of these voice actors. Cam Clark, Jennifer Hale, hell yeah. If you played Metal Gear Solid 1, you know these voices. They were big voice actors back in the day too. What was I going with? But I really don't even remember what I was saying until I saw Kim, my guest. The gameplay loop is fine. I did like how there was some challenge to this game. Those three bosses. There were, like I said, there were three bosses that was actually like, if you aren't paying attention and aren't careful and aren't using a good strategy, you are dead. You are not getting by them. The eyes, the body, and the core, oh, those fights were hard. Even though I had leveled up pretty well, I felt everything else other than after those three was easy. Was pretty easy. I really didn't have to try all that much, but those three fights, those were just like fuck you, die. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this walkthrough of Grandia 2, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. And I will see you guys on the next walkthrough.